So the agriculture industry wasn't an industry that I was very aware of growing up. I grew up in the suburbs, and it wasn't until my second year at the University of Guelph, it was in a biology degree, decided to take a botany course. That botany course snowballed into a minor in plant science, which led to an opportunity for a summer job at was then called DuPont Pioneer at one of their labs. Just a kind of a chance opportunity because I knew someone who knew someone. That chance opportunity ended up snowballing into the bulk of my resume at different jobs with DuPont Pioneer and Monsanto and some other ag companies. And that led to an opportunity where I was doing technical support at a marketing company that did the communications and marketing for BASF, a big ag company. Because they were the marketing and communications company, when I eventually was promoted out of the technical support team, I ended up in client services. I was doing data requests. I was working with the teams that put together emails for BASF. That led to a different role where I was dealing directly with the client to help market a digital tool that they were putting together. And I mean, I think like a lot of people in their career, I didn't set out to work in marketing and communications. Looking back, I think it makes a lot of sense that I ended up here because communicating, writing, design are all things that have been on circling my interests. And it wasn't until I was lucky enough to end up with the opportunity in front of me that I really saw it as a path forward, and that I saw that there are careers that bring all these together. If, going back to high school, someone had told me that you could take your interest in biology and combine it with your interest in art and your interest in English and put it all together, I would have thought that would have been really cool, but I had no idea that was an opportunity. So I think it would be great to give that sort of the heads up about those possible careers and the real range that every field, especially agriculture, needs good communicators, good marketers, and people who know how to get ideas across. In a former job, I worked in client services for, I mentioned it, the company that was doing a digital farming tool. And that really exposed me to the huge number of data science jobs that agriculture companies are beginning to explore. Basically, all the big ag companies have either a really complicated, sophisticated app that farmers can use to track every part of their farming operation. It uses satellites, it uses drones, it uses all kinds of interesting and complex algorithms that I don't understand, but that engineers and software developers do. And I think the number of technological solutions and problems on farms that need to be solved is really complex and really interesting. And I think there's a lot of people who are in computer science and who are in engineering who never stepped foot on a farm, but their future probably lies working with an agriculture company. My advice to someone who is thinking of joining the agriculture industry would be to not be intimidated by all of the vocabulary and those aspects of the industry. As much as I've found the industry to be welcoming to people like myself who didn't grow up in it, it still is largely made up of people who grew up on farms, grew up in rural communities, and they don't have to learn a lot of the lingo about crops and about farming and about tools and technology that they use. They just grow up with it. But despite growing up with it, I find that they're often the most welcoming people. They're excited about it. They want to teach you. If you show that you're willing to learn and willing to put in the effort, then there's always going to be someone there to mentor you and to teach you. And I'd say put in that effort, read agriculture publications, read up about what's happening in farming, watch YouTube. There's a huge number of farmers on YouTube that just share what their day looks like. And it's never been more accessible as someone outside the industry to find out what's happening within it and get up to speed.